to be stable. Plants rely on chlorophyll for photosynthesis, so it doesn't degrade easily unless given the right conditions over a long time. And when chlorophyll is still present in dried flour, it not only affects the taste, but it can also cause uneven burning and harsher smoke overall. And when you expose this freeze-dried flour back to the regular moisture and oxygen from the environment, it might break down a little bit of this chlorophyll. Yeah, sure, a little bit. There's still a couple of microbes on there probably, but it's not nearly enough to give you that rich, deep, really complex flavor, you know, that you expect from some really nicely cured flour. And I've only seen this stuff in person a few times, but all of these times it was very, very similar. My experiences with it have been very comparable because it all sort of looks and sort of feels and sort of smokes the same. It's like very, very green, and it's like very, very dry, like incredibly crispy dry. It sort of wrecks the texture, and it's super, super green, and it smells super, super green. It's like nothing that I want in cured flour. Sometimes when you break a piece open, you can like, you know, you disturb those terpenes and you're like crushing those trichomes, then you smell something that smells good, but it's all just on top of a base of a whole lot of chlorophyll, and it smells like dry grass. And I've seen people make claims that after freeze drying that you can just take this freeze dried flour and then take it out of the freeze dryer, re-expose it to the irregular environment with a little moisture and oxygen. And if you do that for just a few hours, you can mimic a traditional cure because like you can break down your chlorophyll and stuff. But that's not the way this works. And yeah, sure, some enzymes do go dormant during freeze drying that can reactivate later. Sure. The same thing happens with like freeze-dried fruit. After, you know, it's freeze-dried, it'll get a little bit of moisture and a little smell back, you know what I mean? But in freeze-dried fruits, there isn't a lot of chlorophyll. And in freeze-dried flour, there's a ton of chlorophyll. And when it comes to cannabis, enzymes like chlorophyllase, which are responsible for breaking down chlorophyll, don't work in just a few hours. They typically need slow, steady conditions over weeks of curing to fully break down that harsh green taste. The idea that a quick cure can replicate the effects of traditional curing is not supported by science at all. According to this recent study, curing, quote, involves the enzymatic and bacterial breakdown of the sugars and starches created by chlorophyll breakdown. If not properly cured, these compounds can result in rough, harsh-hitting smoke and a raw plant taste during burning. Furthermore, the study emphasizes that curing is performed by storing dried cannabis in closed containers under specific temperature and humidity conditions for a certain period of time to allow for the change in flavor profiles. This relatively long process under controlled conditions allows moisture in the dried flour to re-equilibrate, which reduces any chances of over-drying and helps the gradual breakdown of those unwanted compounds. So when you're trying to speed up this really long drying and curing process into something really, really fast, no matter what it is, something really, really fast like that probably just isn't going to give you good results. A really good cure involves a lot more than just moisture and terpenes. And if you want to get that really flavorful, truly top-tier taste and smell, there's no substitution for a good cure. And I'll show you exactly how to do a great cure in this video. It's not very hard, but you do have to follow some very specific steps for it to work just right. So if you want to cure your flour the right way, here's the video for that. I will see you there. Peace.
Yeah, see, you gotta do a video to promote a video sometimes. Shout out to the Higher Desert Exotic Podcast. Y'all want to go check them out.
So, like Fox Farms, though, like, I noticed, like, so if you're going to plant a plant in some Fox Farms ocean forest, per se, you plant a plant in there and you veg it out for like 2 months and you get that plant monstrous and you're ready to flip it into flour. Now you have to add amendments to there because there's nothing left in it.
Back up just a little bit. When you say you planted it for a couple months and it took off monstrous, do you know what's in that mix that makes that plant grow?
Synthetic salts.
It's pretty much what it is, but it's ammonium nitrate. So they spray this ammonium nitrate on sawdust, and that ammonium nitrate is like acid on a fucking slug. So think of the organic and biology